Get it right.
What up? It's one of the best verses in hip hop. I don't care nobody say. In this, now I'm finna show the lead in this. Nigga, ball. Call me 15 in this bitch. This grand hustle team of kings is getting rich. I take no young Joe slander. And he coming to him. The opposite of prime team miss. I ride 26 and let my 9 screen flip. Trophy watching Oprah Mac 90 being clipped. What up? IDK Sports Podcast. Got a lot of things to talk about today. Got college basketball, a fight. Nah, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's slow it down. RP to a rookie. Rich homie Quan. Had the summer. Hey, that's my man Williams. Went platinum in the Mustang.
They only know what I tell them. They don't know.
Went platinum in the Mustang.
Brand new chick that I just fought with some good head. That's a brand new mouth. They don't know about the brand new bells on the road. Not a motherfucker got a brand new car.
That's enough. They're gonna copyright my stuff. Hey man, shout out. What's up, everybody? Welcome to IDK Sports Podcast, your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. This is my main man, Kenny. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because this is the premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. Man, we had a lot of things happen last weekend, man. We had last week, I mean, it's a big week in sports, actually. You had the NCAA tournament concluded, UCLA and Michigan, respectively, from each one winning their national championships. We're about to get into that. You had a fight coming up this weekend. Basketball is about to start the playoffs soon. Draft is right around the corner. The Masters started this week. Started today. Hey man, like that little May. We done got we're gonna talk boxing. You know, we talk boxing here. May is looking. Kenny told y'all that it's gonna start picking up in May. And damn it, if he didn't lie, we're gonna get into it. May really is starting to pick up, man.
It's a good time to be alive, bro. It's a good time. It's a good time to be alive. I'm glad everybody got the memo that hey, we need to pick this shit up. we need to pick this activity up and get some stuff circulating. So I'm loving it.
A lot of the WNBA draft is on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like got a lot of things coming up, but let's start off with what happened over the weekend and
Quavo lifestyle on.
Wrong song. Don't care. Anyway, Michigan, finished the belt the ass tour they was doing with a close game against UConn to win their second national championship, first one since 1989. Man, they've been dominant this whole tournament. A tall team with a good guard. This is the closest game they had, which is kind of fitting that it came up against a team that was going for their third and 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So really just showed they were the dominant team for most of the year. And in this tournament, we talked about it last week. They had like a win percentage of the sixth highest win margin in NCAA history coming into the championship game with about 18 points or something like that. It was a lot. And it wasn't close. And they beat some good teams. Some teams you consider good teams on this run. So, shout out to Michigan winning their second title in program history, first since 1989. Can you got anything you want to add?
Hey, bro, I just shout out to Michigan. I think for me, it was like, all right, UConn gonna find a way, but damn, brother, I think the defensive adjustment in the second half started definitely that. Was it fourth quarter takeover where they just started pretty much all right, let's seal this thing up. Between Amari Burnett and what's your boy name? Roddy Gale, I think his name is.
Yeah, they got a lot of I can't say that one dude name the dude started Y, the wing player, their best player.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name, but
he
called out the whole team.
Yeah. Bro, the way they protect the rim, bro, like this. Let's start with that. Just like that. Yeah, just that paint defense was just like, hey, there's no way around it, dog. There's no way around it. Can't even get to the cup if you wanted to. So of course you forced some bad shots. They was able to get out into the break when they could, you know. So and shot that pretty fair from the field too. So all formula for a good win, and the cap off a second title. So that's pretty good, man. Shout out to Michigan.
Yeah. So Michigan, like I said, dominant turning performance. Like some people were saying, like, where does this put them like as like runs, like most dominant runs for their national championship? I don't know. Would they put them? I think it got to go up there just for like how they went about it. They really put it on some teams. You know what I'm saying? It's like this was their closest game in the national championship game. Everybody else they blew out by double digits. The Arizona team that I thought was like gonna be their closest game. We talked about it last pod.
Yeah,
they put belt the ass of them boys in the semifinals. Never gave them a chance. You know what I'm saying? They put belt the ass to Alabama. Never gave them a chance. Like, they really put it on. They really put it on all the teams. So I would say this ranks up there with one of the dominant runs that you would have. You know what I'm saying?
No question, bro. I mean, they were losing about 4 players. How many they losing to the draft this year? Potentially.
Don't give me the line, bro. I think it's probably about 2 or 3. I don't know who all declared, but probably like 2 or 3. You know, I don't know. You know, transfer portal, draft. You never know how many teams gonna stay together. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas don't make it last forever, bro.
You're like Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Michigan for getting this W, right? And I'm gonna take it. Hey, with all the stuff that's going on with football,
here we go. Here we go. My boy never lets me down. Here we go.
How you coach, you know, out here doing his thing. You know, y'all just came off y'all won the championship, but your other coach bolted to the NFL, had to deal with some suspensions, all this stuff that's been going on with football. It's good that y'all, you know what I'm saying, got this basketball championship to maybe take off some of the stain of what this football program has been doing over the past 3 to 4 years.
Well, hold on. Isn't that like long ago when my boy JJ brought a chip back to the crib too? He brought a chip back to Ann Arbor.
They had the dude that was going around, you know, stealing signs. You know what I'm saying? So like even that had a stain on it. A lot of people say they should have been disqualified from even getting that championship. Because that happened that year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a lot of stuff that's going on with the football program. Good to see that Dustin May is out here running a clean program for the basketball team. Well, as we know, right now, allegedly.
Shit, I mean, she get shiesty up there in Ann Arbor. I don't know what you want him to do, brother.
Hey, that's all I'm saying, man. Shout out to Michigan winning their second title in basketball. And then another team, man, this is the right song. Hey, man, they did to my girls, man. They did to my girl. I watched some of the game, didn't want to watch no more. They put belt to ass to South Carolina, boy. Boy, it made us look stupid because I said UCLA was going to lose to Texas. I ain't going to hold you. We said that. We said that Texas was going to put belt to ass to them because we thought, you know, they were playing the best basketball, you know, and then they locked Texas down. Madison Booker didn't score. Didn't hardly score no points. Then that's okay. They probably played whatchamacallit played probably played their best game. We was like, oh, Madison Booker just played bad. But South Carolina beat UConn, and we don't get the Geno shit too. We'll get to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I forgot. We'll get to that. But then you got UCLA play South Carolina. Like, okay, South Carolina hot. You know what I'm saying? Belt the ass to UConn. We ready. Hey man, shout out to Lauren Betts, man. And UCLA, everybody there in Cali, man. First national championship. I don't even know what I can say about the game besides, like, you know, they punched South Carolina in the mouth and South Carolina never responded.
Yeah, nah, we didn't do good, Ant. We we ain't do the good this time around, brother. I ain't gonna hold you, cause I just hope if anything, let's just go ahead and delete that last pod. Yeah, I don't even know what type of numbers that pod did. Hopefully not many, because we was talking crazy. we was talking crazy before that game, or before any of these Final Four games. Dude. But to be fair, before I'm gonna give myself some bail here. Who would have thought that Madison Booker would have that type of game? Not on my bingo card. You know what I'm saying? Went out there and laid a damn dud. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, who knew? Who
I
knew?
should have known it was going to be bad in the national championship game when Tessa missed that wide open layup in the first quarter. I should have known. When I saw that, I said, "Ugh, it don't look good."
Yeah. And they went out to like a 9-2 run, something like that, something crazy. I was like, okay. Hey, maybe the lights was just bright in the beginning, by like second quarter, everybody settled down. We'll get back to, regularly scheduled programming. But now they just went straight ahead and made us look crazy. They just like, nah, we ain't even gonna pass go. We're not gonna collect $200. We going straight to belt ass. That's what we doing.
And then I think we underestimated their shooters. You know what I'm saying? With Kiki Rice, Maryland.
Watkins' little sister. Yeah.
And you had a lot of they shooters shot. They played good defense. Lauren Betts is a lot more athletic than I gave her credit for. Because when she did them switches, she held her own for somebody that's 6'6", 6'7".
And got some footwork.
Yeah, has some footwork. That high-low game with them entry passes were beautiful. It was, you know what I'm saying? They were trying to front them through the entry pass down low. And then when she got the bucket off the glass, I'm going to just, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? UCLA, I didn't ever say it was a bad team. I just thought of all the four that was playing, I thought Texas and South Carolina was playing good ball, a little bit more difficult conference. UConn showed they didn't. South Carolina showed they ain't got the foot speed they thought they had last year with Paige. That did come to fruition, like I said. But good. I mean, I think. Now, shout out to the UCLA first national championship program history. Going to what's next, I still think South Carolina's got a lot. I don't know what UCLA is going to look like. That was a senior-led team. That's a lot of them are graduating.
Kiki gone, Betts gone.
Yeah. Now they got about 3 or 4 girls. We're gonna get into it. I think they got three of 8 girls that might get drafted in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So, senior team. So they're gonna have to rebuild. The thing that I don't like that I'm hearing is that the doom and gloom for South Carolina. I don't see that. Yes, Raven and Latin. I hope I'm saying the name right. They're leaving, right? Ocott.
Tonight Latin, yeah.
All right, Latin's leaving. Ocott's leaving. But they still, people forget that Chloe Kiss is back next year. From what Ashton Watkins is definitely coming back next year. You still got Tessa. Who can guard Tessa? You know what I'm saying? That McKeer, the young guard,
for sure.
One of them ones. So I don't see the doom and gloom for South Carolina. I think they're primed to come right back in the same spot. They got the most coming back out of all the top teams. And they got another guard coming in from high school. So I like the doom and gloom for Don always been back to I hate how people when somebody loses in that championship, they be like,
this is the beginning of the end. Yeah.
They won 2. She's won 2. They won 2. Right? They won with Camilla and then they won another one. They won 2. Like Raven in her 4 years, won 2 and lost 2. But getting there is still something, right? And they lost to teams with generational, one with a generational talent in Paige Buckets. You know what I'm saying? We can see now that UConn team, when it came that time to play, looked totally different. When you ain't got Paige Buckets, they can get 30. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A lot of other people it made it a lot easier for a lot of other people to get their shot. Not saying people ain't nice, but it made it a lot easier for other people to get their shot. And then Lauren
put a name on it. Put a name on that bullet.
But then also the UCLA team, like I said, a veteran team with a skilled 6'6", 6'7" center. You know what I'm saying? So, met up with a really good team. But shout out to UCLA. I know they've been building to this. They've been last year playing basically little sister to USC and Juju, which we might be back to next year. But but I mean, when you got a veteran team, that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to win the chip. That's how it go.
Bruh, I'm not buying none of that South Carolina beginning of the end, whatever they trying to put on it. You know how long Dawn been at South Carolina, bro?
She got 4 national championships too.
17 years. She's been there since 2008. We done seen the highs and lows of good teams, bad teams, teams that were contenders and just getting there, just cracking the Elite Eight, bro. We done seen it all.
Yeah.
And now in this last stretch, we got the formula down. We know, South Carolina knows what it takes to win. All right, you came up short. Whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? To Ed's point, they got some returning players that they probably don't it's gonna look like they never left. They'll be right back in that Elite Eight, right back making a push for the Final Four. So I'm not buying none of that. I'm more worried about Texas. Oh my God, what's her name? Harmon. Was it Rory Harmon? Senior guard. She's leaving. Even though I don't think you'll get that off game from Madison Booker all next year. That's not gonna happen. But again, the same thing with UConn. It's nice to have a number 2 option. It's nice to have a number 2. I mean, for as great as Lauren Best was, it's nice to have Kiki out there or Watkins out there, raining from 3. It's good to have a number 2 option.
Yeah.
And I think down the stretch, especially coming from the Elite Eight, hell, even like the Sweet 16, we started to see that herd start to thin out. Whether it was Olivia Miles with TCU, it was like, all right, nobody else kind of picking up the slack. It was all Batmans, no Robins. So that crew just started to slim down more and more. That nobody had a second option. Sarah Strong was out there, and they just felt like there was no help. Madison, I guess, felt the pressure. It was just teams just start to filter themselves out. So, but the team that stayed defensively sound, could shoot clearly, they was the one that stood the test of time, and that was UCLA this year. So hats off to them ladies.
Yeah, man. So shout out to UCLA. National champions for the first time, man. It's always good to win the first one. Shout out to Lauren Best, all them. Well deserved. Great tournament. Great Final Four. Did you think women's basketball is going is really
it's up.
Going up. Like you saw from that arena was packed energy all throughout the tournament. I think not next year, but the year after, the regional rounds are going to be played in neutral site places and not on campuses. So like, hey, the energy's up. If you're just now joining this wave of women's college basketball, hey man, they doing big things, and it's very talented and good basketball, and it's spreading out. It's not just like 2 teams are good, 3 teams are good, 4 teams are good. You had a Virginia run in this tournament.
Duke.
You had Duke did good. You know what I'm saying? You had some. The talent is getting spread out where it's not just 1 team or 2 teams are getting everybody. Of course, you got dominance. That's always going to happen. We have dominant teams that has dominant coaches. But, hey, man, women's basketball on the rise. And speaking of that, the draft is on Monday, and this is from The Athletic, a little mock draft that I saw. Their final mock draft. They got the Dallas Wings taking our fam. I hope I'm saying her name right, from in the Spanish league. 6'6" center, supposed to be very, very skilled. Some of this is switched around. That now Lauren Betts, they got her going second to the Lynx. I like that. If this does happen, because they have, they restructuring deals because they know this new CBA. So we got to see how some moves go with some free agents. But with Nafisa Collier And Lauren Best could play the 5, and the Tafisa Collier play the 4 or the 3. You know, she's coming off an injury too, but
nasty front court.
That's a nasty front court. Then you got I think it's Seattle right here. I don't know all the logos. Don't forgive me, but I don't got the order in front of me. But the third pick, I think it's Seattle. Olivia Miles. I think they're rebuilding. You know how I feel about Olivia Miles. I think her game is about to be. I think she's going to take another step in the pro ranks because now she's playing with athletes that can keep up with her. That everybody on the court keep up with her. So when I do the pick and roll and the wraparound pass or the no look pass or I'm pushing the ball, I think you're going to see her take off. I think she's going to be a true star. The Washington Mystics, Fudd, that'd be nice coming back home. You know, she's from VA, Northern VA. You know what I'm saying? Shooter, solid shooter. Who else I wanted to highlight?
Where you got Flauja at? She at number 9.
Got Flauja at 9. Then they got this one right here, Raven at number 10 to Atlanta. And I wanted to bring this up because Atlanta I'm about to get the jersey. Atlanta just got my girl Angel Reese, 2 first round picks, right? Next year's and the following one. I don't think they gave up this year's pick, but if that stays the same and they end up I think Raven would be, she's a lockdown defender. She's a point guard, a true point guard. And you don't need more scoring with Alyssa Gray and Ryan Howard. You don't need no more scoring. They are, and then you add Angel Reese, so somebody get the ball. Now you need somebody to set the floor and play good defense. I like that. I like that a lot for them. I mean, it's a lot of talent in this draft. I think a lot of people but a lot of teams are setting themselves up also to have high picks next year because it's some of them ones coming out next year too. It's some talent, especially at this top half. Kiki, solid shooter. Marquez made a believer out of me from this tournament run. She can ball. And she can really ball. But Kenny, before we go away from how you feel about it?
Of course, I'm on that same train with Olivia, bro. Like, I think, you know how sometimes they say that they was a good college player, but they're gonna be a better pro. I mean, it doesn't really fit this. It doesn't really fit this profile because Olivia was bombing in college, and I just think like if I had to make a bet, a solid bet on who's gonna be like an easy favorite of rookie of the year, I'm gonna roll with Olivia.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll with Olivia. I wish they slipped like one more pick, and I hope it don't go like that mock draft had it. I hope she goes one more pick and come to the Mystics as opposed to Ozzie Fudd. But I doubt she makes it out the top 3 because her talent's just like that, bro. It's just that. I'm interested to see where Tania Latson goes. I think she's a good transition scorer and provides some perimeter shooting as well. I think you mentioned Kiki too.
I like Latson too because I think people forget that she really can put up buckets. She sacrificed
the Florida State days. Yeah, I mean, but they don't know that from the Florida State days. If you knew, you knew.
She sacrificed. That's why Don appreciated her so much. And Raven said she sacrificed a lot of scoring to be on this South Carolina team and try to win that championship. I mean, she led the league. She led NCAA in scoring at Florida State with 24 points a game. Yeah. So she can get a bucket. So that I just want that to be said. I think some people I heard some people saying like, dang, she's going kind of high. She's a certified bucket getter. Like, she really can go get a bucket when she needs to.
Yeah. But you had to fit that system, and on top of that, bro, you play defense too, and that's always gonna make its way on the floor in a Don Staley system. So, she just had to change her game a little bit, but that's up to her. But if I had to pick one that probably won't wash out, I'd probably say Ozzie, bro. That damn bruh, the whooping that South Carolina put on them girls, it was revealing. And it might, again, this is the same backcourt. Exnay Tania, who we just got done talking about. But this is that same guard Raven that was giving Caitlin props.
Yes.
So when Raven jumped on jumped on Ozzy's ass under this Final Four, it was starting
Yeah.
to reveal like sore areas too. So this could just be a more of a promo or a big up to Raven and how good of a defender she is. Because every time she jump on somebody, every time she jump on somebody on defense, I just start to see flaws.
Yeah.
Like with Ozzy, she had trouble going left.
Yeah.
Caitlin, with Caitlin A, she was cool all year till she had to bring the ball up the floor against Raven. They, out of nowhere, people just start seeing flaws, and that's the
Yeah.
same thing that's going to come to the league. So, I, I have a moment. I have a moment to question a little bit with Ozzy. That's just me, though.
Okay. Okay. I feel you, but hey, we'll see Monday where everybody land. A lot of things going on with WNBA. They playing a lot of got the max salary of 1.4 million out of the new CBA. So like they got core player destinations, which only can do 2 core players per the salary cap in the CBA. So a lot of moving parts, this year. I'm here for it, man. I'm kind of excited to see what happens this WNBA season. Before that happened this Saturday, man, got a heavyweight fight on Netflix. Tyson Fury is fighting. I ain't even gonna try to say his name. You know his name? You know how to say it?
No.
All right, yeah. Tyson Fury fighting. You know what I'm saying? To keep it. Hey, shout out to who he fighting. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to say his name, but Tyson Fury. I'm retired. I'm back fighting again. Doing it again Saturday. I think the card starts at 2 p.m. on Netflix in England.
Yeah.
Not much of undercard, but the undercard I do like, the one I do like is Conor Ben. I mean, he has to win this fight. Eddie Hearn has put his bag, like a lot of his eggs in the Conor Ben basket. The push is on. And now this can go one of two ways. I don't believe he's all that, me personally. But I can see if he does win, he can become a star. Because he can transcend the way he talks, the way he carries himself.
Oh yeah,
media presence, but he got to win though. Got to win, and I think this has to be kind of like with Boots. I know Conor Ben has other fights, the Eubanks fights and all them fights that had it, but kind of like with Boots, how Boots is like the fight coming up, his coming out party to the world. Eddie Hearn them put the backing behind him and hyped him up. He gonna have to back it up. And fighting on a Fury card, it don't get much bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I think both make sense, right? Whether it's Fury and for the co-main of Ben and Pedraeus, like you're fighting in London. So that, what I'm saying, that helps get the hometown crowd. I fucks with it. Just going to the co-main first, Ben can sell a damn fight, boy. He can sell a fight. He a talker. He a talker. But and that just carries over to the ring too, because he's a very emotional fighter. Very aggressive. Keeps the pressure on. Always fighting on his front foot. Never one to retreat. So you can get a damn crash course this weekend. That's probably gonna be the most exciting fight if I had to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because with Ben being so aggressive, it's going to be very pivotal. Excuse me, very pivotal if Pedraeus can be slick and counter, and especially coming from a southpaw, like he's going to have to be timing up his shots well, because Ben ain't gonna ease up off that gas pedal. Not for 1 second.
Yeah.
And the storylines is that play, man. If Ben wins, he's a legit contender. Just as much as Eddie Hearn is promoting.
Middleweight? Or this one fight at Welter?
Yeah,
Is that
47.
147. Is that Welter? Oh, that's why you're hyping him up. He's trying to get this Haney fight. He's trying to get this Haney or Garcia fight.
Yeah.
Okay, not as okay.
Yeah, but so if this goes the way they, the way they planning it, yeah, he back. And it's all the gas in the world. But if you lose,
stay over there. Stay across the water. But Hearn is he wants to break another England fighter. Like, right?
Yeah.
You can see that. He wants to break another England fighter, right?
Yeah.
So he's picked Ben to be the one he's going to break, which out of everybody he has in that stable, that makes sense. I mean, he can sell a fight. Like, I would love to see if he wins, him and Rolly like getting a fight. That'll make me watch.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
He wants to break England fighter stateside. And the only problem is his fighter got to win. You know, his fighter got to win. His fighter got to make weight. His fighter got to win. I think 147 is still. Did the final weigh-in happen today? He made weight, but I personally think Conor Ben days at 147 ain't gonna be long. Me personally, because didn't he have a hard time making the Eubanks fight?
Yeah,
didn't he have a hard time making weight for the Eubanks
fight? Was that at 40? Was that don't give me a lie. I don't want to lie. I think that Eubank fight was at 40, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So anyway, it's like I see the play, but today starts it. All right. I see how you can create a star. And that's what Hearns is trying to do, create a star. Because he needs one. He needs a across the water star. Yeah. He has the American ones. He got Haney on the team. Well, Haney's a free agent for real. Dang, everybody that really fight on Dazn is really fair. I don't even think Garcia is signed to him. He got some heavyweights, of course. He needs a star. And he got Boots. So he got Boots at 154. He got the coming out party. And now you got Conor Ben that you're trying to build up. The one thing I did send you, you know what I'm saying, that we're going to move on. The one thing I did send you about him, though, I don't like, he said the quiet part out loud when he did have fighters in the stable, especially when he had all the heavyweights. He said that if he was Zayas, when the Boots and Zayas fight, he said that he would. Eddie Hearn said he wouldn't even if he was managing Zayas, he wouldn't even took the Boots fight. Yeah, that's the problem with boxing. Like,
yeah, but that's been go ahead.
Even if Zayas lose, I don't think he's staying at super welter that much longer anyway. Right? He's 23 fights in. We both done said it. He might have 3 more fights super welter if he wins this fight. If he loses this fight, he's probably moving up the middleweight. Right?
Yeah.
And then he said the quiet part out loud. So when he had the heavyweights, when he had Joshua in his prime, everybody keep wondering why Joshua and Wilder never got it popping.
Yeah, they went on tour.
You want to stay across the water. Now the money ain't the money. I don't let them lie to you all they want to, bro. And y'all gonna say I'm crazy when I clip this up and I put it out. I know it's gonna be one of the clips. Y'all gonna say I'm crazy. The money ain't like that over there, bro. Unless it's being given to you by Turkey. Raw sales though, it's a reason why y'all niggas want to still fight Tank. It's a reason why. Because in America, he sells. And if you can't sell in America, then you're not making money, bro. I don't care what they can do, all that other stuff y'all want to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury gonna make money wherever he fight because he's Tyson Fury. That's why Netflix said, here go the bag. I got you. We're gonna make that back. Right? That Fendura and Thurman got a lot of views. Heard the pay-per-views. I mean, the prime stuff was pretty good. The viewership was pretty good. Fedora got a name in America. The 154 guys got a name in America. Until you start bringing jokers across this water and they get names with Americans, they're not making no money. You can't convince me otherwise, bro. That's why they fighting for the scraps they can get. That's why these fights ain't being made, because the purse ain't big enough for a joker to want to take 30%. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna take 30% of 5 million, I'd rather take 30% of 5 million, 30% of 1 million. Hell no, I don't want 30% of 1 million purse. You know what I'm saying? I know the purses are bigger than that, but like, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So he said the quiet part out loud, because I've been telling y'all, like, these promoters are in the way of true fights being made, bro. And I'm glad that Boots initiated it and Zayas said, whatever, let's do it. Because he didn't have to fight him.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I wish the boxers would get together, and I wish that Rolly and Devin would get it going. Right? There's some fighters out here that want to get it popping. but they're being held back by promoters. Virgil is a prime example. They trying to go them because Oxley ain't got much left. Trying to protect him. He's trying to protect his money. But you know what I'm saying? That's my TED talk, bro. We're gonna move on, but I'll let you rebuttal or say what you want to say about it.
Yeah, but I mean that's been the playbook for shit. I mean, since the beginning of the time in boxing, bro. I mean, probably before since the time of the Four Kings, where they was really fighting each other. But over time, promoters kind of learned, like, hey man, let's make this money train last as long as it can before we really put this man in, put our fighters in real danger. Especially post Mayweather era where it was all about protecting the O. Let's protect the O. Let's protect the O. No losses, no losses. That's really what our money makers about.
They do it so long, but nobody even cares about the fight no more.
But
it's not the fight that you would have got.
Yeah, but as long in the branding, as long as we capitalize in this moment on the branding, on the deals that we get, on the purses that we get, it helps.
And hush, then they should stop talking about the purses and take these small. I know they're not making, but they're not making. I mean,
yeah, but that's where it starts hitting their pocket too, right? Because you're trying so hard to protect the O and to stay undefeated and to take, I'm gonna just fight this mandatory. I'm gonna do this. Like even during that press conference, they kind of spelled it out. Like, man, I would have had Bad Bunny come out and we would have went to New York and I would have did something in Puerto Rico. I would have had this event here, just going on tour with the belts before you step into any real danger. He kind of outlined what his whole plan would be. And normally that's how it goes. Usually as fight fans, we sit there and we watch it like, man, I hope he calls somebody real out at the end of this fight after he get done beating his bum up. I hope we get a real fight soon. Or when you gonna return to the ring, because they only fight like maybe once a year. So it's like, damn, we just sitting here waiting. So nonetheless, I actually appreciate Hearn actually saying it out loud of this is usually the playbook that we usually get. So kind of switching that tempo up and actually going with something legit and we get a real fight, like a star-studded fight, that has real ramifications on who wins and who loses.
Yeah.
We talk about probably between 47, 54, and 60, like real shakeups in each division, just pendulum on this fight alone.
Yeah.
But this is what the sport needs, especially as you mentioned, with purses already being tossed up for grab. The only one of the last lifelines is if Turkey stays in, and there's already talks that he's losing interest. I mean, he's gonna rebuttal them. He's gonna rebut them saying like, nah, I got a full workload and I'm just busy. Because by now we would already had another scheduled, Riyadh season or something.
Yeah.
That's why they're speculating why he's starting to lose interest.
There's other reasons why we can't have Riyadh season, bro.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about him. This pod is active over there.
Right? Not our pod. That's not the pod to talk about it. But
I understand not having Riyadh season right now.
Yeah, but damn, I lost my point. But there's just been talks about him losing interest in the sport. And it's like, nah, there's some, like you said, we ain't gonna get into it. There's some real shit going on. But other than that, like I'm still here. I'm gonna still give y'all quality events. But not for nothing, bro. If he pulls the plug, I don't know where the sport gonna go. That's the scary part. So you need these events to get to put some juice back in the game. We need a stacked month of May of fights, weekend out to get this thing rolling again. Y'all gotta get in the booth like we said a couple weeks ago, bro. Activity gotta be up for this to stay alive. That's it.
That's a fact, bro. And speaking of it, man. Speaking of May, man.
Nigga, we just left the club and got the shell jumping. Nigga, play around this bitch and we gon' kill something.
Hey, man, it's jumping in May. Hey, this is. Hey, you sent this to me. I was like, dang, I knew it was fights coming in May, but boy,
yeah,
I know we been talking about how fights ain't being made, but that's a long-term thing of like the championship fights. But these are some damn good ones in May. First off, we start with the Monster fighting in Tokyo Dome May 2nd.
Yes, sir.
I think they're gonna like do that in the morning, right? And then Benavidez will be that night or something like that. Because Japan times or something like that.
Yeah.
I know that's how they do it. Hold on, let me get the actual thing pulled up. 1 second. All right, yeah. So you got the monster fight, and then you got Benavidez fighting Ramirez May 2nd with a decent undercard too. Ain't there a couple of fights on that undercard too? No, it's like a Mexican Strom. It was supposed to be Jamel was supposed to be on that thing. He pulled out.
Yeah.
So it was a decent undercard. Keyshawn and Albright. It's gonna be at the Scope May 16th. Usyk is back in the booth. I really like this O'Shea. I really like O'Shea fighting on May 30th. Him getting active again for the second time this year. I like that. Bivol finally fighting again after about 18 months, almost damn near.
It's been a while.
You know what I'm saying? So but just like to see an active May. And hopefully with everybody fighting in May, that means we're about to get an active October, November too.
Yeah.
In the year fights, which should be more championship fights, in the fourth quarter, trying to close the year off strong. But real quick, what you feel about May?
I love it, bro. And I think this is probably gonna stretch to July, because I think earlier I saw that your boy Abdullah, he's coming back July 4th. And that fight, he did something crazy. So that fight's actually gonna be on TNT for free.
That's how you know.
I was about to say, we'll probably get into that, like the closer we get to that fight, and probably like really, unpack that a little bit. But I thought that was crazy.
I like it.
I was like, I'm kind of fucking with it. I like it, especially if you're doing it on July 4th too. But hey, we'll get to that later. But we're just sticking with May for now. Bro, that's what I'm saying. But the game needs a lifeline, bro. And I know for sure that I don't know if the promoters planned it this way to be this busy. I just knew, hey, we need to get something jumping. Everybody had to take a long look at their bank account, a long look at what's coming, and somebody said, hey, we need to press the button and get this thing going. Because by no means should you have this many fights in 1 month, typically.
Yeah. And they all got their own fight. These ain't even undercard.
Yeah. Bruh, barely anyone has a built-out card outside of what? Benavidez, Usyk. You don't see that many in a way, of course. Saying he got his own card, but bro, you ain't gonna run into many with like a real pay-per-view boxing card like that, bro. Especially all jammed in 1 month. So again, I love this for the sport. And as far as my favorite, I'm the same. I like that between the Inoue and Nakatani fight, which I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna catch that one. But between that and the I'll be up at 4 in the morning watching that joint.
4 in the morning, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. See what I have to do that day. I might call out of work. But between that fight and the Foster and Ray Ford fight.
If you don't know, I'm an O'Shea fan. Like I like him. I like him.
I know.
130, 135, 130, 135.
Yeah. 130. Yeah, 130. Yeah.
I'm a fan. I think some of y'all favorites at 130 and 130 to 140. Be on the lookout. Look out for him. I like his skill set.
But also, like with the same thing we just got done saying about Zayas, this also applies to Foster too, because he just got that strap not too long ago, right? He jumped straight.
I want to say he fought. If it wasn't end of the year, he fought first of the year. If it wasn't end of last year, he might have fought.
Yeah, I'm saying in the last 6 months, he just got that strap. Off the back, bro. Off the back, he jumped straight back into the deep end, bro, and got a guy like Ray Ford who can go. He can bang. I don't know if, I'm sure the folks that's gonna be commenting underneath this gonna say it, but Ray Ford can go.
Yeah.
He didn't have to take a dangerous fight right out the gate, but he did. So and I love that attitude he got about it. I'm gonna tell you how much I love it. This didn't even stay that much on this little back and forth between him and Ford didn't even stay on Twitter that long.
Nah,
It was like, yo, say less. They just signed the contract and got to it.
in the
I love
booth.
it. I love it.
I'm cool with like learn when you coming up and you getting fights under your belt. Of course, you're gonna fight some gimmies. Of course, you're getting your style and technique.
Yeah.
In between them first 20, you gotta have some tests. You gotta have some tests. That's why, one dude that fell off my train, I don't like talking about no more, is Hitchens, bro. It's looking like he ducked that on purpose, but we ain't got that's the story for another day. Like he ducked the Durant fight on purpose.
It's shicey, bro, for his situation, because not only that, he just got picked up by a different promotion. He
didn't want to lose. He just didn't want to lose, so he would lose that bag his agent was working on. So he ducked that fight on purpose. But I ain't getting too much into that, yo. But I like Joker that's in the booth and challenge himself. I like Abdullah challenge himself. Keyshawn active. I don't like him fighting Albright again, but I get it.
Yeah.
Active. Lamont Roach, he trying to get popping. He trying to get it active with
Trying to get going in June. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that happens. I'm always like, I know a lot of people, we're gonna move off of boxing. A lot of people talked about our rankings when we put it out, talking about, oh, this ain't a ranking, Usyk, stuff like that. Any rankings that IDK Sports drops is people that's active. Don't talk to me about people that only fight once a year. If they ain't in the booth fighting, our pound for pound ranking is for people that are active, that are getting in the booth and fighting. Because that's what boxing needs is fights. It's some damn good fighters out here that the world don't know about because y'all just don't fight enough.
Turn the volume up on that shit, bro. Like I'm not ranking nobody that ain't in the mix, bro, at all. And again, just hype up again for my boy O'Shea Foster, bro. Like, you talking about, for those that's scared about my man got 3 losses, and we talking about him like he the people's champ. But it doesn't matter because you stay active, you get busy. You know how much of a tough out he is. Mm-hmm. He ain't a sweet fight for nobody. Mm-hmm. So why over here worried about losing? Hitchens, we just got somebody over here worried about losing. Man, you better go out there and make a name. You don't care about losses. Ali had losses. Tyson had losses. Bro, you better go out there and get to the
big. That far back. Fury probably one of the best heavyweights of all time. He got losses.
Man, y'all better lose that damn mentality, bro. We care about you want to fight. Yeah, it's a warrior game, bro. It's a gladiator sport at the end of the day, bro.
That's a fact.
Real quick. I know we're about to switch, but real quick, your boy Wilder had his first win this past week after what? 3 or 4 consecutive L's.
I was trying not to talk about that. That
but
yeah,
I'm just
Wilder, bro. But
I'm only bringing it up because, bro, while we worried about L's, bro, we just want to see, bro, you committed to the sport. That's it.
He fought a cat that's done lost to every big time heavyweight. Now that man was going on a tour. He lost to Fury. He lost to Joshua. He lost to the boy. Never mind, bro. It is what it is. Shout out to boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna talk about it on IDK Sports Pod. But another thing we're gonna talk about that's coming up is the NFL draft is coming up, and it's time to get into some prospects, man. Time to get into some prospects. Time to get into some people that we like and maybe some sleepers. Let's get into the first one. Mr. Jeremiah Love, one of the most dynamic backs that's coming out in this year's draft. Over 1,600 yards this year from scrimmage, 21 total touchdowns, measurables at 6 foot 212, and ran a 4.36 40. Kenny, what do you like about Jeremiah Love?
It's not the like, bro. It's not the like. I saw somebody put up a graphic of like between him, Genty, Jameer, and it was another back that just came out recently, right? I don't think it was Bijan. Hopefully it wasn't. But if it wasn't for Jameer, Jeremiah Love is number 2. Like, I actually got him as Jameer Gibbs light. And I say that being even with the fact that Jeremiah Love is a bigger back. I think he's like, what, 6'1", something like that. Carries his weight well. Well, you got it up 212, can still scat, can get busy, can catch the ball at the backfield, elite burst, elite acceleration. He a damn home run threat. I think he housed it on A&M. You know what I'm saying? He, at any point can crib it, can really like get to it, bro. Like a playmaker, blue chip playmaker in a draft that don't have many of them. So take that for what it's worth, and for every syllable in that sentiment, bro, he can make a play from any spot on the field. So in the NFL, that I'm starting to see a shift with some, with a shift back to getting some production out the backfield. As I just mentioned, your Jahmyr Gibbs, your Bijans, your Saquons, your a host of other running backs are still getting it done, bro. Like Jonathan Taylor, like where it's starting to take that shift back to getting some production out of your backfield, bro. He can be just that.
Yeah.
I can make an argument for hell, the Commanders picking him up. Saints, I can make an argument for the Chiefs, the Giants. I'm just talking about all teams that's in the top 10. I can make a case for any of those, the Titans. I can make a case for anybody in that top 10 taking a chance on Jeremiah Love. And by all means, they'll be better for it at the end of the day. And that's the most highest compliment I can give for anybody picking in the top 10.
Yeah. Jeremiah Love, I think like one of the best offensive players in this draft. At the skill position. Like you said, 6 foot, 212, home run hitter. And I think, man, I'm looking at the draft order while you was talking. I like a team that we're gonna talk about later, and it fits one of the needs that we're gonna talk about. Arizona Cardinals, they need a back. And since you're not probably going to quarterback this draft, you need a back. I like that. Tennessee, playmaker to help Cam Ward. Giants, another playmaker to help Jackson Dart. The Browns really don't need one. The Commanders, Saints. I can't really see him being taken as high as the Cardinals early. Because especially if they're not going quarterback, and then you're going like probably best player. You need a back. They need a running back. They need a running game. And I can see the Cardinals taking him. I could definitely see Tennessee taking him if he falls to 4. I can, like, if the Cardinals don't take him, I can about 80% guarantee Tennessee's going to take him. Because you need another weapon. And what's a better weapon for Cam Ward than a run game? A running back. You know what I'm saying? Giants, definitely use him. Best back. I mean, like, I think he plug and play. Right situation. I think he can be, like you said, Jahmyr Gibbs-esque. Maybe not as a dynamic playmaker as Bijan is. But definitely a back that can change things. Maybe put it like this, and this is no shot. What they want Ashton Jeanty to be last year, he really is. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, because that's
what they want Ashton Jeanty to be for the Raiders, and they drafting them high. Jeremiah Love actually is that type of game-changing guy.
And I can respect that you. I can respect that you're saying that there's no shot neither. Because I mean, to be fair, like Jeanty got drafted to the Raiders, bro. It was a bad situation. Like
that Jeanty's not a running back that's gonna, like, when you draft that high, a back that high, he needs to be a Bijan, a Jahmyr. What I think Omarion Hampton might be. Like, he needs to be that type of back. That type of back. When not saying he's not worth to be in the first round pick in Ashton Jeanty, but like, I think Jeremiah Love's a game changing back.
Yeah,
just like a steady back. I think Ashton Jeanty is going to be a steady back for a lot of years. I think Jeremiah Love's going to be a game changer. That's why I say that.
And the same thing that all those guys got in common, with the likes of Jeremiah Love too, bro, is that they can make something out of nothing. Like, it's already given you picking in the, like, you'll be picked in the top 10, top 15. So you probably going somewhere with not the best O-line, not the, most dynamic offense. So in chances that are when you hit the field, you're going to have to make something out of nothing. You're going to have to turn them scraps into Sunday dinner. So if that's a screen, or if that's a little pop pass, or a toss play, something, you're gonna have to make it look like you're gonna have to make it look like a highlight every time. Something that's off speed of what the offense you're going to is usually giving. So, and I think Jeremiah Love can do that. Now, is he like your biggest, toughest bell cow power back? No, but the things he can do as far as finesse wise and for giving you, scrimmage yards, whether it's, in the pass game and the run game, he's dynamic. And what we learned from Bijan and Jameer is that, of course, those players gonna always find their way on the field. And I think Jeremiah Love, same thing, is on the field day one, ready to make a play.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I can justify in my eyes drafting a running back that high. You know what I'm saying? So now that we hit the hour mark, don't want to forget to let everybody know we are on the road to 200 subscribers, man. So if you are watching us right now here on YouTube or you listening to the playback, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to IDK Sports Podcast and help us get to 200 subscribers, man. Started from a small platform, we working our way up. So don't forget that like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know about IDK Sports Podcast. Just wanted to get that out the way since we did hit that hour mark. Next one, man. Let's go to the DBs. How you say that, man? Avion?
Yeah.
Avion Terrell. I put up his 2024 stats because that was his big year that everybody's really talking about. 46 tackles, 3 sacks, 11 pass breakups, measurables at 5'11", 186. I like him. I didn't have a great year at Clemson at the end of the year, but nobody on that team had a real good year this year. But hey, a good cover corner. I like him a lot. Can you let us know about him?
The safest pick in the draft. I'm putting both feet when I say that. The safest pick. Let me clarify. Let me be more specific. The safest pick at defensive back you can pick in this draft, period.
Okay.
And that's with the likes of Caleb Downs, that's with Jermar McCoy, that's with Mansour Lane. I don't care where you want to line them up at. You can put him at safety, you can put him at nickel, you can put him at boundary corner. Avion Terrell is going to be a player. When I look at prospects, bro, it's all about, I don't care about the flashes, the highlights. You got to be somebody that likes playing football. I'm looking for a football player, not a position player. Somebody that can play football up and down, run, hit, tackle. The basics. And just for if there was like an all dog award, bro, especially for prospects go, all dog award is going to Avion Terrell.
Yeah.
Similar to Jake Rodriguez, bro. He just makes plays. Whether it's a sack, it's a tackle for loss, whether it's a forced fumble, pick, pass breakup, bro, everywhere. I saw him buckle a pulling guard once. Take on a pulling guard, head up, buckle him.
Yeah.
That's a guy that's just want to stick his head and stick his head like a damn fan. And just because it's just football. It's just tenacity. Especially with somebody with that like 5'11", 190 frame, bro. He ain't supposed to do that, but he does it. And all right, bro. Safest pick for me. Go ahead.
I like the fact that he's not afraid to stick his head in there. I think in this league, a lot of people have shown now that you need a corner that can tackle. It's very not front. What's what I'm looking for? It's high praise now. Like you need that. Like Texans had it, Seattle had it, San Francisco had some good tackling. Like everybody that was going further in the playoffs, Patriots, everybody, you got to be able to tackle on the outside. And with that frame, 5'11", good size for a corner. I mean, not as far as weight, but like height, about 5'11", 6 foot, a good day, good height, good size, about 190, probably can get good size for a corner. But I like that he's not afraid to stick his head in there and help out on the run game, make the short tackle on them slants. I like that. That makes your defense better when your corner is willing to come downhill and make a play and not just sit on the boundary and say, hey, I'm going to just hold the edge. Like, nah, I'm going to hold the edge, but I'm going to come make the play if the play needs to be made. So I like that from corners, me personally. You know what I'm saying? And he's a good cover guy. I think he has good speed. I didn't get an official time for him. I think they said unofficially at a pro day, maybe ran like a 4.8, something like that.
Okay.
But I think he's going to be a physical corner in the league, even with, you know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be very physical. And like I said, like you said, I like that he sticks his head in there and not afraid of contact. I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm saying, and just from like a versatility standpoint, bro, like I can see him thriving at any level of that defense, any level of defense, bro. Whether it's nickel, closer to the box, whether he's on the boundary, having to guard your X wide receiver, whether he's safety, you have to like show his range. Bro, hey, talk about putting somebody out on the field that you just trust.
Yeah.
I trust that at the end of the day, he's gonna be a football player.
Yeah.
And that no, like at any stretch of the imagination, somebody got hit is because he was out there. He hit somebody that play, and I trust in that. And at the end of the day, bro, it's all about being physical. And he's gonna bring that. So again, safest player in the first round for me for sure. First round lock. If I had to make the call, he's a first round lock for me.
Yeah. Let's get into the next one. You know what I'm saying? The tight end, Elias Stowers from Bandy. This year, 62 receptions, 769 yards, 4 touchdowns, measures out at 6'4", 239, a 4.5 40. Probably one of the most versatile tight ends in this draft behind Sadiq. And Sadiq, what's it? Sadiq?
Yeah.
Name?
Kenyon Sadiq, yeah, I got you.
Kenyon Sadiq, yeah. I'm thinking of the basketball player. I looked at some of his tape. I looked at some of the games. Hey, I like it. He's a true receiving tight end. Don't look for no blocking. Don't look for no blocking, in my opinion. He's a true receiving tight end, versatile, got speed on him. It's going to cause problems. It's going to cause a lot of problems. And with me saying that is a premium in this league. Having 2 of them is a premium in this league too. But that is a premium in this league, having these types of tight ends. Prime example, Trey McBride before he got hurt with Trey McBride didn't get hurt. I think Green Bay. Trey McBride, Arizona, elite. He almost led the league in receptions. You know what I'm saying? At tight end, Kraft that got hurt for Green Bay. Saw that. You saw what Chicago's tight ends are doing. You saw how
Coast and Loveland,
yeah. All these tight ends are becoming, again, that premium position, and having 2 of them that can really get the ball and go after the ball and attack the middle of the field is doing wonders for people's offenses. It makes a lot of things easier for your quarterback. I like him. I think he fits that mold. Athletic, good frame. I like him. 62 receptions, 69 yards from tight end position in college. Played 12 games. Remember that. I like it a lot. I like him a lot. I like him as a prospect.
I got him. Do you remember? Maybe you remember. Let's dig into the crates a little bit. You remember when Evan Ingram was coming out of Ole Miss? Because that's how similar his game is for me. Like, to your point, if you want him to block that 6'6", 6'7" defensive end, like if you want him to go out there and block Myles Garrett, you're a fool. If you want him to set the edge of your offensive line, you're a fool. That's not gonna happen. But if you want to get him out on the move, if you want to get him doing like a little pop pass, run some crossers, run a drag, maybe hit him on a wheel route, something that gets him, especially for West Coast offenses like a Shanahan or McVay, where they always got somebody in motion. Even for your boy out there for the Broncos, what's his name? Forgetting the head coach out there, but
Sean Payton.
Thank you, brother. So if you get one of those versatile offenses that always like to use a little chess piece, right, he's perfect for it. Perfect. Versatile as they come, bro, and has a full route tree. And to Ant's point, brother, that has its place in this league, man. Ant already made a great point about having that 1-2 punch at tight end. Literally, you want to talk about exposing the middle of the field? Nothing but headaches if you got 2 tight ends that can do that. Now we're making your interior guys make business decisions. You don't know who's staying in the block and who's going on the route, bro. Is poetry. So I got a good feel for him too, man. He doesn't make it out of the top 50 for me. Top 50 draft picks.
Yeah. I like him a lot. I mean, I like athleticism and versatile, and that's what you need from that position. Let's get into our last one. Mr. Ted Hurst had a dominant 2025 season. 71 receptions, 1,004 yards, receiving 6 touchdowns, measured out at 6'3", 206. Good size receiver. 4'4", 240. When I looked at his tape, man, he makes plays, man. I know people say it's on the group of 5 level. Will it translate? 71 receptions, 71 receptions. 1,000 yards, 12 games is a lot. And I like his size, 6'3", 206. So he's not like one of your smaller receivers. He can play on the outside. Don't know when he goes in the draft, but I think he opened up a lot of odds at the Senior Bowl, right? He had
Yes, sir.
bowl practices and stuff, and he opened some odds with his athleticism at the combine. You know, I think he's going to be one of them picks where somebody takes him and he comes in and helps right away. Maybe not as like, he comes in maybe kind of like he's not as good as Luther Burden. I'm not saying that, but kind of how like Luther Burden came on the end of the year and now he's like, well, you know what I'm saying? He's like the number 1 guy now in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think my man, let me put him back on the screen, Ted Hurst has a chance to be like, you draft him later on, and you realize like, hey man, this guy got more skill than we even kind of thought for this pick and get a lot of value and where he gets picked at.
Yeah, hit the nail right on the head, bro. Like I know people kind of give him like a lot of shit because it's like it's always competition level. He has in P4, so it's like he doesn't need to go in the first 2 rounds, bro. Every year, these are the same kind of guys that come in and off the bat is like they're pro ready. Could he have went P4? Absolutely. He's getting offered since like a sophomore year that he could have transferred and who knows where he would have been at. But nonetheless, he still made it here. So that's to tell you exactly the type of caliber of talent. It did nothing was lost in translation. And then you made the point of mentioning how well he performed at the Senior Bowl. First couple of reps in one-on-ones, one-handed catch, just dunking on DBs out there. I think even one rep against Colton Hood, who's also getting looks at going in the first round. So it's like, if you can play, you can play. And this is one of those cats that I can just believe he can just play. To your point, I'm not expecting, week 1, primetime Sunday, he goes out there, he's torching him like Randy Moss on his first week. But to the same point, as the season goes on, more targets, more looks, more things are starting to get scripted. He went from being like a third or second option to now he's a feature point of our offense by year 3. You know what I'm saying? And we're not expecting all these guys to be, a cash hit like a Odell Beckham over Jarvis Landry. You're not expected to be a cash hit year 1. But you get me this guy in my system going into year 2, year 3. At a low rate of getting him in like the 3rd round, 4th round. That's what keeps you in the building. That keeps you in that front office as a GM. Those are the decisions you make. Not every decision you made in the 1st round is going to keep you there. But from rounds 2 to 7, and how you use those resources, this is one of those picks that you're going to look like the smartest guy in the room because he can play. He can legitimately ball. Good hands. He has good hands. A deep bag when it comes to releases and stems. You know what I'm saying? Can run each route. Can again, another home run threat that can cash in on a 60-yarder. Deep ball, can track the ball well. Good, can contort his body to make catches, bro. High pointed. Again, just a full all-around athlete. So again, yeah, he can be raw. He can be a raw player. Hell, I expect every player to come out in the draft to be raw in some aspect. But for a kid like this who has the intangibles and just got the God-given ability with the height and the measurables and stuff like that, bro, you take chances on cats like this, and I believe he could be one.
Yeah, so I definitely like that as like a later round value pick, mid-round value pick. But like all them players, you know what I'm saying, that we listed, people to watch out for, man. People to watch out for. Like I said, this draft, I think, is about more finding maybe players, finding a gem later, maybe finding a depth guy, maybe a developmental guy. because I don't think there is so many stars in this draft. I don't think it will.
Gotta say,
So
you could probably count on one hand how many All Pros you probably get from this class alone. I don't say that many.
yeah. So like that. So what we got next is ending of our season review. If you missed them, I will be chopping this up to like put them all together for one big season review. But we went through every division in the NFL football league, and we finished with division that probably had the best teams in it. Had 3 teams make the playoffs. The NFC West, man, toughest division in football. Let's go to the first team that we got here. The Los Angeles Rams, 12-5, made the playoffs. Actually beat my Panthers in the first round. Got to the NFC Championship game. If I'm not mistaken, right? They played Seattle in the NFC Championship game. Offense, everybody thought Stafford wasn't going to be right. The back, this, that, and the third. Had an MVP year. Had an MVP year. You know what I'm saying? Had some young talent that came up, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I think Kyron Williams got to stop fumbling the ball. But him and Blake Corum, that 1-2 punch, I don't know if they're still together. Don't get me lying. But some of their draft picks are panning out, though. I will say that. Even though they're not first-round picks, some of their draft picks are definitely panning out. Some of the offseason priorities that we're looking at, solidify the offensive line. Got to protect Matthew Stafford. So if you can get better on the offensive line, got to keep him standing upright, because if he's standing upright, he's going to find the people. That pass rush got to improve, in my eyes. You got good D tackles. But Jared Verse is not a pass rusher, bro. I know he plays hard and people love him. Might be one of the most overrated players, I think.
Yeah, I knew you was going to say it.
Keep the weapons around Stafford. That's a no question. Got Puka. Devontae Adams played great this year. Who else? You got the tight ends, you got the rookie tight end that was eating towards the end of the year. And I think,
No, go ahead.
Was he a rookie?
Yeah, he was a rookie. I forgot his name. That's what I was over here saying. Go ahead.
And I do think they do, maybe even with the pass rush, maybe get them maybe an upgraded inside linebacker. You know, maybe a little upgrade, maybe. I think I didn't want to put deep secondary, because that would have been if we did this earlier, but I think they upgraded their secondary. Definitely upgraded the secondary.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? You spent the money. But hey, the Rams keep building. As long as Stafford keep playing like that, they're always going to be in contention. But I definitely think the one thing they do need to get is a true pass. Them D tackles are nice. I ain't gonna lie, both of them. Dogs. They need somebody on the outside that consistently put pressure on the quarterback. In this league, especially with the schedule they're gonna have to play and in this tough division. I think that's what they got to do. But they ain't got no first round pick, so you know what I'm saying.
No, they still got one.
Oh, I'm surprised. I'd assume they didn't. You know?
Yeah, they had 2 with when they made that trade with Atlanta. When Atlanta came back up in the first round last year, they recruit one of that's why they was able to spend that other first round on Trent McDuffie. But they still got one. But for me, it's either you going linebacker or offensive line, bro. Because I look at it like this. Yeah, you could go get an edge rusher. You could do that. But with the upgrades, like with the significant upgrades you made with your secondary, you re-sign Quentin Lake. You get trades for Trent McDuffie. Then you brought over his homeboy. He just got done playing alongside, and Jalen Watson. You still got Cam Kitchens. I think he's like in his second, third year, already making plays at strong safety. So the back end of your defense is set. I'm not ready to call them overrated yet, but I think you made hell of an investment in that front four. Let's give them no excuse of why they're not getting home by solidifying the back end of your defense. Hey, bro, we back here covered. You just got to get home. Now, if y'all still don't get home, I don't know what to tell you. So, for me, I'll look at a cat like C.J. Allen or, another linebacker in this draft, boy out of Cincinnati. I'm forgetting his name right now. But Josiah Trotter out of Mizzou, somebody that can, that can add to that front seven. But hey, if you don't trust it, you still feel a little squeamish about it. Again, you can always go to the trenches, pick up a guard, a tackle, keep Matt Stafford upright and playing, and giving you offensive player esque seasons. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get to the next one. Let's see who next here. The Cardinals, 3-14, a lot of changes, new coach, offense struggled, defense struggled. Got young talent though. You do got some young players and you do got some bright spots. What's the biggest thing? Improve the offensive line. Yes. Draft another offensive weapon, i.e., this is where my Jeremiah Love thing comes in at 3. Need a running back. You're not getting a quarterback. Okay. So you're not getting a quarterback. I don't believe they're going to get a quarterback. We're waiting for next year. We got Jacoby. We got Gardner Minshew to back him up. Let's wait. Let's wait 2027. We're going to wait for a quarterback next year. We're going to be trash. Let's wait till quarterback next year.
Just say it.
Let's wait till the quarterback next year. Let's get right. Keep building around. Like, they got young talent. Trey McBride, great tight end. They got talent, young talent that they've been drafting. I think Marvin Harrison is not the superstar that everybody thought, but maybe this year take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? But this is just about building blocks, man. We rebuilding. Rebuild around young talent. That's why I put that on both sides. We're gonna draft young, gonna draft for need, draft for talent in need, and this is where we're at for the next couple of years. We gonna get a quarterback next year. This year is all about, can we find some diamonds in the rough? At 3, I think we'll get Jeremiah Love. Maybe go get your boy from Georgia State later in the later rounds to be wide receiver number 2. Go get you some old linemen. This is all about. We need to hit on. I don't know how many draft picks they got. We need to hit on at least 3 or 4 of these for the next 2 years so we can be right. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is with the Cardinals, because the cupboard's not full at all. It's empty. But then I'm saying that, and I completely agree with them moving on from Kyler. Like, we done did so many renditions of that. It's time. Let's move. Let's wipe my hands clean. We tried it. Let's move on. It's not making us better. That's where, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with the Cardinals. This is like, hey man, how many picks can we hit on? And we need to hit on about 3 or 4 of these picks to at least be quality starters in the league, and maybe a couple of them to be superstars. And the ones that we already hit on, like I think Will Johnson showed that he can be one of those ones, right? Just keep building, man. That's all this is, rebuilding.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, because if you look at their roster, you like, damn, they do got you would think like a nice stash of young talent, where it's like, you just read up on Trey McBride on the offside of the ball. You got Marvin Harrison, still waiting for him to have a breakout season. I like the little sneaky pickup of Tyler Algier, on a 2-year deal. I think James Conner's still there. That might be a nice little 1-2 punch. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if James Conner's still there or not. But then if you go into the defense side of the ball, love the Will Johnson pick when everybody was sleeping on him. Walter Nolan started to pick up his start to show that good first round caliber that he had coming out last year. So he's starting to put stats on the board. It's like, damn, they always keep like a quiet stash of like good players. And it's like, I just needed to mesh with like a good coach and a good quarterback. If they get that tandem down, like an offensive coach that gets to pick his quarterback, that's 1-1. They finally get that tandem right. That could literally flip this franchise around. Now, that's not going to happen this go around, of course. But come 2027, if they can get that match made in heaven between ball coach and quarterback, we're probably looking at a different team, bro. Honestly, because to your point, you keep hitting on those role players. You keep hitting on your linebackers. You keep hitting on your guards, those role players that really, build the foundation of it. If you hit on about 3 or 4 of those and get that perfect pairing, count your lucky stars, bro. You back in competition again. Cause they got skills, they got talent on that roster.
Yeah. So that's really what it is. It's rebuilding for this team, for the Cardinals. It's rebuilding. Hit on your picks. Trust the process. 2027, you start showing mediocrity, like a little rise in wins, competitiveness. And by 2028, if you hit on enough picks, you should be back into competing at a better level. You know what I'm saying? Next, Niners. Another team that made the playoffs, 12-5. Defense played really well for them to have all them injuries, actually. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Brock Purdy, when he was healthy, played well. For this team, another team that needs a pass. They need a pass rusher. That killed them in the playoffs. They need a pass rusher. When they play some of the better passing teams, like when they played some of the better pass, they need a pass rusher. Offensive line getting older. Defense need depth. Even though they have some depth, they're gonna. But these teams, it's kind of hard to say what they need because they are good at each level. When you talk about the Niners, Rams, and we're gonna get to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I said maybe find a wide receiver number 2 if you want to, because I think your boy Ricky is always going to be a slot guy. So maybe find somebody to play on the outside with your boy. I don't know if Jennings is still there. Don't quote me. But I think as long as you got Shanahan there with Brock Purdy, I mean, they're gonna win games. They're gonna always be in contention to win games.
Mm-hmm.
With this team, kind of like with the Commanders, like we talked about maybe a couple weeks ago. If they stay healthy, they win. They win a lot of games. The problem is when they're hurt, staying healthy some years is tough for them. Because when they're healthy, they're always Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
When they're not, it don't look good. It's a tough division when you're not healthy.
It's just like, literally just got done saying, bro, like if you get that combination between, where your coach and quarterback is in lock and step, a la Purdy and Shanahan as it seems right now, not it seems, that's just the truth. Purdy is balling. So you got your quarterback. And that changes a lot. That changes a lot because, you remove an efficient quarterback from this team, bro. This roster don't look like much. Let's just tell it like it is. That's the same thing with the Cardinals. Without a true ball coach or with a true quarterback, that roster don't look like much or nothing. But if you figure out that one key, the Cardinals look like something. But here we are talking about the Niners. They got that figured out, so they're always in contention. I don't know if Juwan Jennings is there or not, but I know they picked up Mike Evans. At the very minimum, you're gonna get 1,000 yards out of that fool. So what I'm saying? At least you can count on that production. I mean, I don't know how long Trent Williams is gonna be there. He's gonna be an offensive tackle until he about 45. You know what I'm saying? And then Fred Warner, he returns healthy next year, so that's always a plus. Drake Greenlaw, he took a vacation down in Denver. Now he's back with the Niners. Osa, he came over from the Cowboys. So to Ann's point, they always gonna be a decent team. They always gonna be right there, bro. They don't know how to just live and let live, bro.
As long as they're healthy, they got a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is about health. That's all it is. As long as they're healthy and got their weapons, they got a shot. Now you got a new defensive coordinator. Robert Saleh's gone. So they've done this before without. So, as long as they're healthy, they got a shot. I mean, ain't really much you can say about the Niners. And it really ain't much you can say about the next team, the Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks, man. 14-3. Dominant on both sides of the ball. Really no holes on both sides of the ball. I think some of their offseason priorities after winning that championship is interior offensive linemen. I could definitely see them getting that, improving that a little bit. Upgrade these line only because they're a little bit older. So, I don't know if if Leonard Williams is still sticking around, I don't know if he's still gonna play this year. So you might need another D tackle. And then the biggest thing is just use your cap space wisely. Um, you can't keep everybody, i.e., Kenneth Walker had to go. But you got Martinet. I think they did the right thing and paid your corner, right? The corner that they drafted in the first round a couple of years ago. They paid him. I forgot his name. Dang, what his name? Because he showed out.
Witherspoon?
Yeah, Witherspoon. I think they paid him. This is all about when you're good, when your team is good, everybody look good, everybody look good, gonna want more money. Right? Nobody taking no discounts because I already don't want my Super Bowl. So I'm not taking a discount. So everybody gonna want to get paid, right? So but this is just about pay who you can pay, draft who you need to draft to maybe replace the people that you might be having to pay soon, and just try to run it back, the best way you can with the closest to the same team that you have, right? That's basically what happened with Super Bowl. Everybody want to get paid. I mean, so some people everybody can't stay, but this is basically Seahawks has got to leverage their cap space the best way they can, pay who's essential. Some people have to walk, bring in some other vets to take over some of the people that left spots, still draft good. One question that I have for you, and I'm gonna pass to you, is in 2027, do you think about a quarterback?
Not yet. I wouldn't, because I actually want to see what comes of this Jalen Milroe project. I haven't forgot about that. I thought that was a nice little stash away when they did it. I was like, that's cool. Now, if you want to bring in somebody, again, they don't pay me for it, so I wouldn't be mad at them if they did it. Like in 2027, like, hey, we got this, want to take a second round flyer on somebody that's cool for competition. Cool. But I trust that when you made that Jalen Milroe projection that you're going to see him that you probably will get some burn out of him come year 3, year 4. So let's just trust that plan first. You know what I mean? At least that's what I would do. I would trust that I gave him that headset and that clipboard for the first 3 years for a reason. But I've been wrong before. But other than that, the biggest thing they've done this offseason was the thing that, again, was a no-brainer for me, and I'm glad they did it early. Pay Jackson Smith-Njigba. That was the biggest thing. Had to pay him. Had to pay him. So after that, the offseason was one for me. Now, to Ant's point, that roster is going to get picked apart by all type of voters around the league. You know what I'm saying? Like people offering big contracts for this person, that person. So the best thing you can do is try to keep the same as close to the same 11 on both sides of the ball going into next year. Now, with that being said, I will also say don't drink the Kool-Aid too much, because that can also be the downfall too. And I already seen they kind of learning the lessons of the league by letting Kenneth Walker go. They could have made a mistake and paid him. I think sometimes you gotta,
I knew if they was going to be smart. I told my dad after I saw the Super Bowl that Kenneth Walker wasn't going to stay around. You ain't going to pay 2 running backs. You can't. And Charbonnet was still in the contract, and he blocks and catch.
It's as simple as that. Like you can't hold on to to the players that close. Like you can't get sentimental about the Super Bowl win neither. As great as a feat as it is, you can't be so sentimental and attached to that roster and thinking that's going to win year in and year out. Those teams like the Patriots and the Chiefs, those don't happen that often. So you got to be able to rotate that crop of players just as, with a bleeding heart and all, just so you can kind of keep that same level of success. Now, your key players, Njigba, Witherspoon, and all those guys, yeah, those are the core. And acknowledge that. But you can't be sentimental about everybody on that roster. And I think that was a smart move by letting him go, too.
Yeah. And like you said, new owners. I mean, because remember the owner passed away, and he had it in his. I think he had it in his trust that he was supposed to, that He didn't want the thing to stay in the family. They're supposed to sell it and split it up. So they're gonna have new owners soon. So, like you said, I think this is just like with the Seattle. It's more about, hey, who are we married to? Jackson Smith and Jigba, because you don't trade DK. Then he had a year you have and don't pay him. That don't make sense.
Right.
So you had to get that done. I think Witherspoon, after he played, he proved that first round pick status. He played. It was time to pay him. So that's going to be happening the next couple of years. I think they're going to be good again next year. Tough division, though. I'm not going to lie. This is a tough division. But I think they'll be good again. So like you said, everybody's going to be trying to take some of your players. So you got to figure out who is our core, who is some people that we think we need, and who are some people that's on the fringe that maybe it's time to maybe we need to start replacing them.
Sure.
Real simple with that. But that is our NFL season review. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, we'll clip all this up. I'll put them together where you'll see all of them together. We broke down each division. It's good. We finished 2 weeks before the draft. A couple of weeks before the draft starts. So, hey, a lot of questions to get answered. Like I said, not a superstar draft, but maybe you can find some diamonds in the rough.
We'll see.
Maybe. Maybe. But, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not draft, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see. But for this episode, IDK Sports Podcast, your premium spot to talk sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. It's my main man, Kenny. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.